we're gonna get a lot of nothing. Like, oh, what's a high value male? It's someone that's effective. All kind of weird messages that fly around in our modern day culture. I agree. That try to tell men what proper masculinity look like. Well, be really dumb to do that, right? Masculine core evolutionary mandate. This entire thing is supposed to be, oh, here's the ethic code that you're supposed to apply to become a high value male. Obey a code. Like it's redundant. If you want to be good, you gotta be good at stuff. Yeah. High value male. I'm spending way too much time on this because this is all worthless. These are completely vacuous statements that honestly you can interpret in any way to lead to harmful behaviors or to helpful behaviors. Doesn't really matter. Do you know how many babies I've eaten today? Not that many. Big control here. So, high value male. Beyond just the money of the salary, what do you need to do to be a high value male? Now, I'm going to tell you right away. To be a high value male, for real, okay? No, actually, let me rephrase that. What do you want out of life? And the answer, there is only one correct answer, is you want to be happy. Duh. Obviously. Everybody wants to be happy. That's the point. The thing is, well, how do I get happy? How do I get I don't feel happy. How do I get happy? Do I need to start a family? Do I need to make a lot of money? What do I need to do? Tell me, person on the internet. Tell me. I forgot his name. Kevin Samuels. I'm bad with names. How do you become happy? Well, I'll tell you. You need to become a high-value male. And here are the 12 traits of high-value men. And how you can become one too. Thank you, Mr. Joshua Sigathus. He's gonna tell me how to be happy. Oh, I can't wait. And then you'll try and do it, and you'll either fail or not, and you won't be happy. Because to be happy, there's not one way to be happy. It's bullshit. Of course, we've had 60,000 years of recorded human history. Recorded is less. It's maybe 8,000. Whatever. We've got some thousands of years of recorded human history. Cultures have shifted completely. What people have wanted out of life has completely morphed. We've had a big acceleration of how society works, right? I mean, for so long, life has been about farming and war and not starving and hunting. And that's what humans were. And then we made little societies. And then it's farming and still war, though. And then we started, a bit of philosophy and ancient Rome. But then it crashed. And there was a lot of farming again. And still in the Renaissance, a lot of people, still farmers, still dirt farmers, popping babies left and right. And that's what humanity was for a long time. And now it's very different. It's very different since the 20th century, right? So we're in this new era of humanity. But, biologically, fundamentally, we're all the same. We're all the same dumb apes. And what makes people happy hasn't changed. But society has changed massively. Okay. So, if you look at it from a biological perspective, right? Neurological perspective. What do you need to do to be happy? It's actually extremely simple. Take care of your physical health. You're a biological being. Your body is made of meat. Your brain is made of meat. You need to take care of that meat. If meat is bad, you feel bad. So exercise, eat well. Don't do too many drugs. Just the fun ones. You need to take care of your body. Can't be happy if you're not. Well, basic tip for getting out of depression, which tends to be ignored, but it's important. Start exercising a bit, start eating better, start taking care of yourself, shower, groom yourself, clean yourself, sleep well. Sleep is so fucking important, and we neglect it so much. People who, I'm not gonna sleep, I'm gonna be productive and get a third job. No, God, you're hurting yourself so much. Whatever. Take care of your body. Okay, yeah, sure. Take care of your mental health. This one gets neglected a bit more. Reduce your anxiety. Find ways to reduce your anxiety. Try to live a less stressful life, which if you're going for make big money, become high value man, might not be the best way, but having a good income, that's a good way to reduce your anxiety. You know, if I'm a billionaire, I'm not very anxious, and I'm not a billionaire, so I'm very anxious. So take care of your mental health. The same way you do with your physical health, right? Your brain, again, is meat. Your mental health is your head meat. You need good head meat, or else you taste bad. Don't want to taste bad. Cultivate significant social relationships. These can be within intimate sexual partners. It can be with friends. It can be with family. It can be with your neighbor. It can be with your community. Humans are biologically made to be social creatures. We are very social creatures. We're like dogs. Dogs by themselves are miserable, but dogs create significant links with their often owners and other dogs, and it makes them happy. Do things with each other that you enjoy, not with the perspective of, oh, what do I gain out of that relationship? Companionship is what you get out of it. That's friendship is, oh, we both enjoy each other's company and we both feel good when we're with each other, and that's it. That's what you need to be happy. Now, is it easy to do these things? No. We live in a society that tends to promote, well, poor physical health habit, poor mental health habit, and that tends to hurt our socialization skills. We don't have tightly knit communities anymore compared to caveman time. I know the name of my neighbor. She's nice. I like her. We don't hang out. I barely got time to hang out with my actual friends. That's not great for my happiness. And you're probably the same. That doesn't really work well with the whole high value male concept. So let's take a look at what other people have to say is way to become high value males. What will make you happy? So before we go in, anything that talks about fundamentally altering the way you act or are according to your personality is going to fail hard. Your personality traits are very stable in time. Very stable. You won't change it. It's not about force of will, right? It's not about discipline. Your personality has crystallized pretty early in your life. If you're introverted at age 12, you're going to be introverted at age 40. It's not going to change much. It's not. If you're neurotic, if you're anxious very easily at age 12, you're going to be neurotic at age 40. You're going to get better at dealing with your anxiety. You're going to find tools and ways to deal with it, but you're not. You're going to struggle and get better at dealing with your anxiety all your life. Therapy helps if you're really struggling. But if you're asking someone to fundamentally alter the way they are, never gonna work. You're gonna try really hard to be someone you're not, and you're gonna be miserable. So, how miserable are we gonna be? 12 traits. What makes a man high value? Above all else, high value men are effective, competent, and formidable. We're gonna get a lot of Sigma male energy here. And also, we're gonna get a lot of nothing. Oh, what's a high value male? Someone that's effective. Competent. Competent at what? I make good sandwiches. Is that? That means nothing. And formidable. You mean physically formidable? Okay. This is obviously nothing, but it's just a little dumb quote. All kind of weird messages that fly around in our modern day culture. I agree. That try to tell men what proper masculinity look like. Well, be really dumb to do that, right? It'd be really dumb to send weird messages about what proper masculinity looks like. That'd be really dumb. I'd be super embarrassed to do that. You know what I say? I say what you're supposed to be as a man is really up to you. You should be able to set your own goals. You should be able to value by yourself what is valuable. Don't let society dictate what you're supposed to be. That's hard to do. You can't just say, oh, I'll stop caring. You can't. It comes down to a concept that I call the masculine core evolutionary mandate. I'm sold. Oh God, this mandate speaks to the inherent evolutionary purpose of men. Ah. Who made you the lord of evolution? The 12 traits of a high-value man. Being proactive. versus reactive. Well, don't react to things. Proact to things. So be proactive, okay? Don't sit idly and waste his time. Do stuff. That doesn't say much. Every day is an opportunity to move the needle forward and accomplish things. Well, yeah, that's called having a job. Hopefully a job you like. He doesn't wait around for important things to happen. Like, is it wrong to have hobbies you like to do? What do you mean? Wait for important things to happen. What do you mean important things? Like it's like, oh, you need to be the mover and shaker of society. No, you don't. You know, if you want to be happy, you do need to create things that will make you feel satisfied about your life. Makes a plan, it sets things in motion. It's like, I'm trying to get a read on what they could mean by, because everyone has to be reactive in some ways because of how society is structured, right? We're dependent on the schedule of society at large. You got to go to work on the schedule you're supposed to go to, and you've got to do the test that you're supposed to. Not everyone can be their own bosses, or else society would collapse. Intentional takes action. Well, this is redundant, so okay. He has a purpose. Okay, so again, redundancy. Just do things that you're supposed to do for yourself. A lot of nothing. Visualizes his ideal future. Are we? Oh, we're still in number 2. Okay, so yeah, we're still in the proactive. It's proactive. Okay, self-responsible. That's not bad. Be responsible for what you do. Difference between a boy and a man. Oh my god, that's so dumb. BOY, burden on you, and man meets all needs. I'm 14 and this is deep. Okay. High value men understand that all resources are valuable. These statements are so goddamn vacuous, man. This means money, time, attention, affection, networking, blah, blah, blah. Now that practicing a self-responsibility towards the vital infrastructure of their existence. What the fuck do you mean? Invest only in other high-value people. But what is a high-value person? I don't know. You haven't told me. High-value person is someone that's effective, confident, competent, and formidable. Only invest time in other Sigma males, I guess. Oh god. Jordan. Not Jordan. Do I dare? Yes. How to become a courageous person? By making shit up about Bill C-16, being transphobic, and generally sexist, man. Sometimes he's not wrong. Jordan is not always wrong. He's like 95% wrong all the time. He's right when he talks about ADHD medication, which... So, what is a courageous person?
What kind of relationship do you have with your father? Your real father. It's often ambivalent, right? Because there's an element of him that encouraged you, hopefully, because without the encouragement of your father, man, the world is a dismal place. It's very difficult to be a courageous person unless you have your father in body and spirit behind you. It's very demoralizing. Like, it really kills people.
Yeah, that's why I don't like him. To be courageous, you need to have a dad that's here. What the fuck are you talking about, Jordan? What? He's promoting the traditional family structure, I'm pretty sure. That's the point of this.
Not to have their mother. They just don't recover from that.
Whoa.
And demoralizing. Like, it really kills people not to have their mother. They just don't recover from that. But, and I think people can recover from a fragmented father relationship, but it's the next worst thing. You know, because if your father rejects you or doesn't form a relationship with you, it's as if the spirit of civilization has left you outside the walls as of little worth. It's very difficult for people to recover from that. So the father should be an encouraging force, but can be a tyrannical.
Just for fun, do you know that children from gay parents have better outcomes compared to children from heterosexual couples? Child without mothers or without fathers, they do better than child with mother and fathers. Fun fact. On average. And also fun fact, it's not because gay parents are better parents. It's because they tend to have more money and be older. Because they don't accidentally become parents. So, children from these couples tend to have better outcomes. Which is fun. So yeah, no, you don't specifically need a dad or specifically need a mom. Having two parents, yeah, that helps. That's good. That's a good thing to have. And sucks also, I'm not gonna shit too much on Jordan. I want to. It's good to have positive male role model and positive female role model in your life as a kid. That's really good. It kind of reinforces traditional gender norms and gender roles, but still, it's a good thing to have, no matter your gender, no matter. But yeah, you don't need specifically a dad. For some people, Bill Cosby was their dad, which oh no, oh
And crushing force, and so that's a very difficult thing to get right, partly because if you're my son, then I should impose the highest standards of behavior on you, and I should always be judging what you're doing. I should be judging it with the aim of making the best in you come forward, but getting that balance exactly right is very difficult.
one of the I don't think we're gonna keep going because he's a terrible lecturer. My God, like there's no there, it's like imagine having an exam in his class. That'd be awful. But yeah, no, the whole judging your kids so they become better. Coming from a psychologist, that's kind of insane. Like when you study developmental psychology a little bit, like you understand that your kid will do dumb shit constantly, and it's not because like they need the education to be molded correctly. It's because their brains aren't developed yet much, so they do dumb shit because they don't have the capacity to do the right things. So the whole and it's fine if you're a parent to be like, hey, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this like that. That's totally fine. That's called parenting. But judging for that's very stupid.
And so it's easy for a father to swing too much into judgment, let's say. And then,
That's what you're
mothers can
saying.
play this role too, to swing too far into the
Hello,
domain
man.
of judgment and to be too harsh. And to the degree that the father has his own pathologies, he's going to do that imperfectly. You know, he might be someone who's the father who devours his son because he's jealous of the new possibility, the new potential, the struggle for attention and love from the mother or from the other children in the family. There's all sorts of things that can go terribly wrong.
God, so dumb. Ah, yes. The grown man looking at his son, getting attention from his mom, and being like, I will destroy you. And that's why we have abusive parents. No, no. So yeah, that's what courage is when your dad devours the son or whatever. I mean, I knew we weren't gonna get anything from Jordan. It's why I'm stopping here. We're not gonna get anything. Actually, maybe it'll make sense in the last minute. Let's actually be so nice to him. We're gonna let him say. So yeah, that's courage.
That you agree voluntarily to try to bear, the richer your life will be. And no one's ever told that, and it's the case. It's like you have 4 kids, say. Well, that's plenty of responsibility. You're going to have meaning. It's going to be rough, because it's complicated. You have a complicated job, and you try to help the careers of the people around you. You try to solve tough problems and aid suffering and do all of that. It's like, it's weight, it's responsibility, but there's glory in it. There's real glory in it. There's deep meaning in it. And young people are starving for that because no one ever tells them that. It's like, you're way more than you think. Man, stand up. Do something difficult. Do something difficult and heroic, right? Burst out of your bonds. It's like, that's a good message. It's a necessary message because we have to be more than we are, because if we aren't, we're not going to survive.
This is a university lecture. This is pathetic. He's about to cry. What? Yeah, so courage is when you do courageous stuff. Is what he said. All of this. Yeah, the father, they're but you need to be heroic, and then you're courageous. So being courageous is when you're heroic. Gotcha. The father eats the child. Devour. Leaving the comfort zone. He fights that hard battles in life. I'm getting a bit of fascism vibes here. Like leaving the comfort zone. Like, yeah, strong men create good times create weak men. You need to leave the comfort zone of the good times so you can become a strong man. Yeah, this. Let's see if we get a bit more fascistic vibes. Yeah, fights the hard battles in life. Yeah, struggle for struggle's sake. Yeah, it's good when things are hard because it's good when they're hard. It makes you harder. It makes you good. When things are hard, it makes you good. Doesn't shy away from failure. That's not bad. That's yeah. Failure is one. I learned from the Magic School boss that the best way to learn is from failure. And actually, thank you, Magic School boss. I think that's true. When you fail, you can, feel attacked personally. Your ego is very threatened, but you can't learn more than by failing. If you fail too hard, you can't learn much though. But yeah, failure is always an option. So that's fine. Obeys a code of behavior ethics. Honor code. Big fascism vibe here. High standards of excellence. I mean, the problem is like, you need to respect a code of honor. Okay, what's a code of honor you're supposed to respect? Did Hitler respect his honor code? Yes. It was not a good honor code. You can't just say there's a way to behave that's ethical, that you should follow, and say there isn't one. Like this entire thing is supposed to be, here's the ethic code that you're supposed to apply to become a high value male. Obey a code. Like it's redundant. We're already in this. High standard of excellence. Helps his tribe survive and thrive. So help others. That's not bad. Make the world a better place. Communism? So that's not fascistic at all. Embraces a leadership role. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you're not necessarily a born leader. You don't necessarily are comfortable in a leadership position. And if you're not, it's okay not to be a leader. Being a leader isn't intrinsically good. It's neutral. Being a good leader is intrinsically good because by definition it's good. Like some people are neurotic. Some people are not that comfortable socially. Some people are not as socially conscious of themselves and others, and they don't make as good leaders. Maintaining boundaries. It's good to express and explain your boundaries. Men of quality must command respect. Okay, no, that's authoritarian right there, or it's an authoritative vibe. Command respect. No. You know what modern women enjoy or like to see is men who are more open to being vulnerable and that are more honest with their emotions and that are more connected with their intimate feelings, which doesn't quite fit with the whole command respect thing. Like, command respect is a very hierarchical way to think. I'm the alpha. You will respect me. No, we can be equals. We can be partners in a situation. You don't have to be a leader. You don't have to command respect. He communicates in a straightforward manner, so he's a dick. Does he use passive aggression? It's like he communicates good. Oh, thank you. He's good at stuff. The high value male is good at stuff. So being straightforward, being honest when it comes to communication is good. Being straightforward, it sounds a lot like, I'm gonna tell you what I think, and I don't give a shit about your feelings. Kind of, it's how it's coming across. Effective and competent. Sure. The fuck does that mean? If you want to be good, you gotta be good at stuff. Yeah. How about you, male? Sigma male. He's formidable. Jordan? Men who pursue excellence tend to be quite dangerous. To go even deeper, they're men with a high capacity for danger, who that control their violent tendencies. Oh, good. I mean, it's better to control them. You know what's better? Not having them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to brag. I'm the shit when it comes to controlling my violent tendencies. Do you know how many babies I've eaten today? Not that many. Big control here. So, high value male. I exhibit all of my violent tendencies. I punch exactly how many people I want to punch. And that amount is 0. We're not cavemans anymore, dude. Being threatening is not a good quality. It's how you get in jail. But it's used to defend their loved ones. You know, like the Nazi. If you reframe it a little bit, it comes off as not that great, you know? Because they're completely vacuous statements. In the end, you know, I'm spending way too much time on this because this is all worthless. These are completely vacuous statements that honestly you can interpret in any way to lead to harmful behaviors or to helpful behaviors. Doesn't really matter. Being, you know how you become good and strong and value, you get strong. Yeah. Didn't think of that. I did. What's a high value male? It's someone that's like good at stuff. And yeah. High value male. Being tough as nails. Committed to self-improvement. You know who wanted to improve not only themselves but also humanity? The Nazi. Okay. He levels up his mind. Oh. This is for gamers. Oh no. Oh no. Confident and believes in himself. It's, yeah, completely vacuous. At least it's not like blatantly harmful. But we can take all of them. He's proactive. Hitler, super proactive. He has a purpose. Hitler, big purpose. Radically self-responsible. Well, no, he's the daddy of the state. He's the big responsible man. Yep, that. Hitler, radically self-responsible. Sure. He's courageous. Man, it takes a lot of courage to invade Poland. Obeys a code of behavior ethics. Yes, he did. It's a very bad code of behavior and ethics. Hitler, does he help his tribe survive? Yes, and he will murder everyone to do so. Not great, not great. Does Hitler maintains ironclad boundaries? He attempts to, but then America and Russia came in and fucked them up. So maybe not so much that one. Your boundaries aren't that great. Communicate in a straightforward manner. Yes, a very charismatic leader who make big speeches. This one's a wash. Effective and competent. Nope, Hitler was not effective and competent, which is good. Formidable. Well, the Nazis were quite formidable until they weren't. Committed to self-improvement. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a big part, actually, of, you know, Nazi ideology, their purity. So yeah, yep. Confident and believes in themselves. So that's the Nazis too. So, you know, if you're intentionally looking at it the wrong way, yeah, it all looks pretty bad. I mean, obviously they don't mean it like, yeah, you need to be like the Nazis, but again, they're vacuous, empty statements that you can interpret in any way you want. This was pointless. This was a waste of time for me and you. Fantastic.